I have the opposite issue of the gentleman who had a name on the program but his partner couldn't show. My partner's name didn't make it on the program, but she's here, so I'm glad to have her. My name is Jeanne Reed. I teach 6th grade math and science at Flat Gap Elementary, which is just a little country community school in a farming community about 12 miles north of Paintsville. And I bet you're sitting there wondering, okay, this lady is doing a presentation on the character in me, which sounds like drama, and she's the math and science teacher. That's what happens when you teach at a small community school. You get to wear a bunch of different hats. And so like any innovative project, our project began with a dream and limited funds. I knew exactly what you were talking about. We have a principal who wants our students to be involved in everything. It's so funny to see him as a state championship winning coach, and yet sports are not that high on his radar. He wants our kids to be in academics. He wants our kids to be in honor choir. And he wants our kids to have quality drama experiences. In the last 3 years, we have had students perform multiple plays in our building. We've performed at the Mountain Arts Center twice, and this year we're performing at the historic SIP Theater in Paintsville, so we're really happy about that. That was not enough to satisfy this man. He has an insatiable appetite. He decided that if we rearranged our library, we could have a play in our building, in the library. The reason is because we are an old school. Our performances in the past have been in an old WPA-built gym building. It didn't matter how many times we hired sound technicians to come and work on our soundboard. They would work perfectly the day before the performance. And then the day of the performance, you fill the building with people and cell phones. And the sound was terrible. And it made it frustrating to do all those hours of work and preparation and rehearsal for no one to hear your hard work. So he got the idea that our nice carpeted library with a drop ceiling would work much better for our sound system. Our sound system, by the way, is very high tech. We had one mixing board and it was 15 years old. So when he spent all summer rearranging all of the furniture in our library to make it play conducive, we decided, okay, we need better equipment. We need more microphones. So we got the idea that we would write this grant, we would get us some microphones. Hey, curtains and backdrops, those would be nice. Then we realized that we have some community members who are very experienced in producing more professional plays than school plays. And so we reached out to them. And basically, they filled out our budget for us. You need this kind of light, you need this kind of light stand, you need this kind of microphone, and that'll go with this mixing board. And we were finished with our budget in an afternoon. Now, I'm happy to report that our first boxes have arrived. Our project has actually been going on for several weeks now. So I'm going to let Ms. Pennington talk to you about. We've held auditions and we've made character assignments and we have disseminated scripts, and I'm going to let her elaborate much more on that because she is much more that part. I was the, oh my gosh, we got to get money in here. So this is Ms. Pennington.
Hi, I'm Miss Pennington, and I'm the writing lab teacher at Flat Gap. And what we've done a adaptation. I couldn't think of the word. Thank you. Of Peter Pan. We've added to it. We've made special parts for kids who maybe they have a personality that doesn't fit a character in Peter Pan, so we made a character. We've had scripts. We've had a self-confidence survey before the play, so that way we can kind of measure how much confidence our students are gaining by participating in this play before it and after it versus the students who didn't volunteer to participate in the play. And we're going to see the difference there. And like she said, we've had wonderful people come in and say, this is what you need. And so we've got people working on costumes who are volunteering to sew and change costumes and work on lighting and things like that. So in April 7th, I think I might be wrong on that date, but that's when our performance will be. And actually, we had a earlier date for our play, but then we found out we got our grant, so we're like, oh, we can push it back and actually have really good production with the microphones and lighting, and we need time to practice with those things. So we pushed our date back, and the kids are so excited when the boxes came in. Are those our microphones? Do we get to wear our microphones? And so it's really that feeling of something exciting is happening is spreading throughout our building. So
the other thing I wanted to add was once we found out we were getting this grant and we're getting all this equipment and all this community support, it really went from a teacher-produced play to our reason for pushing back the day is we're hoping that we won't touch any of the equipment. We're hoping our students will run the sound and our students will run the lighting and our students will be in charge of all the stage production. So that was the reason for the delay, and we'll tell you all about it in April when you come back to hear about it. Does anybody have a question? We will bring video. Honestly, if I'd made my poster a few days later, I could have gotten pictures of the kids opening the boxes. That would have been fun too. But ours is the poster downstairs that has Peter Pan surrounding it. So, and that was the other thing about by getting this quality equipment, instead of just being for one production, it'll be sustained. We'll be able to do this hopefully 2 times next year. Your first time, you want to just bite off a little bit. Thank you.